I would do so much of like the kindly, could you do this? Please do this.
Yeah.
I'm so delighted to talk to you. I'd put a lot of those in there and it would end up being like this huge paragraph. And then I get like one-line replies back being like, okay, that's fine.
Hi, I'm Holly and welcome to Help I'm Going to Uni by Cardiff Met, where each episode I'll be talking to a real-life uni student about their university experience. Today I'm joined by first-year aviation student V. Hello.
Hi,
Lovely
how
to
are
meet
you?
you. Good,
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
too.
Amazing. So let's get straight into it. What were you most excited about before starting uni?
I think I was just excited to be like in a new place halfway across the world, considering I've traveled before. So I was so excited to just come to Cardiff and, get involved in university student life and do all those things that they do in the movies. So yeah.
Really live that student life. Yeah, no, I get that. So what would you say is like one moment that stood out for you in like the start of uni? Like in like Freshers Week or like Welcome Week? Do you have any like standout memories?
Yeah, I think when we were introduced to like our lectures, I was surprised by how like informal the relationship between, a student or a lecturer is. So it was just a sigh of relief, honestly, just to know that I didn't have to be like super like rigid or like formal around them.
Yeah, like it's like relaxing, comfortable environment.
Yeah, so that was pretty memorable. And honestly, I see them as my equals rather than like someone above me.
I feel like that's one thing like there seems to be a running theme here, like at Cardiff Met, is that like everyone has really good relationships with their teachers, and everyone's like always like, oh, I felt so welcomed and like so friendly, which I think is is a good thing. Yeah. So you study aviation management. What inspired you to get into that?
So I consciously boarded my first flight when I was like 8 years old. Technically, I've been flying before that as well, but something happened when I was 8 when I boarded the flight and just everything was so exciting, like the sound of the jet engines and like the flight attendants walking down the aisle and the smell of cookies in the air because they used to bake fresh cookies on the airplane back then.
Nice.
I think there's a term in the industry called the aviation bugs bit you. So I think that's when it happened. Yeah. And there's been no looking back since. Like I have like hordes of like all sorts of media around aviation and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm definitely turning this into like a long-time career in the future. So I'm just following my passions really.
Yeah. And you said you moved around a lot growing up. Do you think like the traveling is what like got you like, I want to do this?
Yeah, for sure. Apparently my mom was traveling when she was pregnant as well. So she says you probably like, got the bug before you were even born.
I was going to say, like, it's been part of you before you even existed.
So,
No, that's amazing. Yeah, so when you arrived, like, I'm assuming you lived in Hull. Where did you move here from?
So I was in Nepal at that time.
So I'm assuming you weren't commuting from Nepal. Like, you moved into Hull in Cardiff. So how are you feeling when you, like, moved here?
I mean, I've moved around quite a bit. And we've mostly stayed in apartments. So it wasn't really that difficult for me. I kind of knew what to expect before coming here. So I was kind of just like open arms with whatever comes my way. But Halls has been great, really, because I've made some good friends over there as well.
Yeah.
So it's honestly, and all of us study something different. So every day there's a conversation about, what someone studied. It's all good.
So were you like excited before you came? What do you think took more, like excitement or nerves?
I think excitement more.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, because now when I look back, even if I was nervous, it was just like unnecessary overthinking.
Yeah, no, I feel exactly the same.
Yeah.
I feel like on the day I moved into uni, like in the start of first year, I was so nervous. But like, I look back now and like, I'm like, I sort of laugh at myself. I'm like, why was I so nervous? Like, because it is just fun and exciting. So when you came onto campus for the first time and like met your lecturers, obviously you said that you had a good experience with that. But like, what was that like? Was that exciting?
Yeah, no, it was really exciting because I did my foundation before I did aviation.
Yeah.
So like the program director was like really passionate about making anyone who's kind of like lost an opportunity in life to get back on track. And then now that I'm an aviation student, the program director, he's so... You could approach him for anything, really.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be the first one emailing us if there's, like, a job offer, if there's an internship, and he's so supportive. He's like, my office is open at all times. So, I was just greeted with a warm hug, honestly. So, it's been amazing.
Been a really good experience. That's amazing. I'm so glad. Right, okay, so I'm going to move on to some quick fire questions now. What's the one thing you wish you knew before starting uni?
That you don't need to be that formal with your professors.
Best money-saving tip?
This might be contrary to popular belief, but maybe don't buy stuff from the cafeteria when you could buy it from like Aldi's or Tesco's at a meal deal.
That honestly is true. As much as I loved to treat myself to like a lunch at uni, Bringing packed lunches is actually
definitely
such a good tip.
Yeah.
No, that's a good overlooked tip that I like that. What's your favourite thing to do in Cardiff?
I really enjoy Rose Park and just like roaming around there and seeing the swans.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it just feels like you're on a mini vacation over there.
Yeah.
Also, we have our King Coed campus right beside it, so it's always nice to be there as well. So yeah, Rose Park.
No, Rose Park is lovely. Who is the person you admire the most?
I had a seminar lead from last year, and she felt like this warm hug every time you enter the room, because that seminar was just us international students. But she was just amazing, honestly, from day one. There was no formality at all. I'm still in touch with her now.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah, she's always checking in every now and then as well. So yeah, definitely my seminar lead from last year.
That's so nice. Are you in any sports teams or societies?
I'm not at the moment, but I
Any
might.
plans to
Yeah,
join?
I might not join. I might open up the psychology society again, trying to get maybe like a support group circle going on or something of that sort. So fingers crossed it works out.
Nice. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
What is your favourite restaurant in Cardiff?
There's too many, honestly. I'd say the tapas around where I live. There's a El Camino's Tapas in Whitchurch. They give like really good Spanish food, which I love. Considering I was in Texas, which borders Mexico, so I'm like quite used to that as well. So yeah, tapas.
If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
I would probably go to Italy.
Love
It's
Italy.
just amazing. Like, I love the food, the culture, the weather is amazing there as well.
Yeah, I see. Gorgeous.
So yeah, Italy.
Nice choice. What's the best thing you've ever eaten?
Oh, I think recently I've taken a bite of Welsh cakes and I didn't realize how much I like them.
Nothing, honestly. I used to be like not that bothered about Welsh cakes, but like when you get like freshly warm baked Welsh cakes,
just melts in your mouth.
good.
Yeah,
They're so good.
Yeah.
No, I back that. What makes you smile the most?
Knowing I can make a difference to those around me and just making someone's life a little bit better in any way, that gives me a lot of satisfaction.
That's cute. What is your funniest student moment?
Probably the whole writing super formal emails to like my professors. Just the whole, I would do so much of like the kindly, could you do this? Please do this.
Yeah.
I'm so delighted to talk to you. I'd put a lot of those in there and it would end up being like this huge paragraph. And then I get like one line replies back being like, okay, that's fine. And the emails wouldn't even be signed. Meanwhile, mine would be like properly signed and all that.
You're like,
So,
yours sincerely.
Yeah.
Like, that's so funny.
Yeah, so that was a learning curve.
Was it humbling a little bit?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we
That's
laugh
funny.
about it
Yeah,
now.
I was going
when
to say, it's good to laugh
yeah.
about it. That is quite funny, to be fair. That's tickled me. What's the most adventurous thing you've done?
Probably coming to Cardiff, honestly, because I had the option of going somewhere else where my siblings already were.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to like break away for a bit and do
Branch
something.
out, do your own adventure.
Yeah, and Cardiff's welcomed me, honestly.
Yeah.
The university's welcomed me. So yeah, coming to Cardiff was really
That's
adventurous.
amazing. Your go-to ice cream flavour?
Ooh, probably like chocolate fudge brownie.
That is my type of
Yeah.
ice cream. I like that. My favourite ice cream ever is the Ben & Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie.
Yeah.
It's so good. What's the most fascinating fact you know?
Probably like interesting stuff about my country, Nepal, which used to be a monarchy once upon a time. And the monarchy disappeared overnight because they were apparently massacred. But there's like a lot of like myth and like stories around that. Like overnight there was a king and queen and like her children, they all disappeared. So yeah,
When
people,
was this?
This was like years ago. But it's just really fascinating. There's
Yeah,
a
I was going to say
documentary.
that is fascinating.
Yeah, there's a documentary on YouTube as well if you do a quick search, but it's so just interesting
Wow,
to
yeah.
read. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is, wow. Where would we find you on a Wednesday night?
Probably either tucked into bed or deep in books somewhere in the library, honestly.
Very studious.
Yeah, I'm a huge homebody. I'm not going to be the one going out at clubs,
Yeah.
getting...
You're like, one place you won't find me, Rebs.
Yeah, no. Especially not with the fact that I'm an introvert. So yeah, that's not me.
Not your ideal
No.
place to be. No, I feel that. What's your idea of a perfect date?
Oh, a picnic, probably. A picnic at Rose Park.
I was
would be
going to say,
really
a
nice.
picnic at Rose.
Yeah, with like
Oh,
a charcuterie board and all that. Yeah.
lush. That sounds so nice. You're cooking in accommodation. What is your go-to dish?
Probably lemon pasta, which is like super easy to make. You literally just need pasta, lemon, butter, and maybe a little bit of oregano. So yeah, that's the thing I make when I come back tired.
What is your must-do during Welcome Week?
Ooh, I would say definitely have a good look around the university because there are so many like hidden rooms here that people don't even know about.
Honestly, I back that. Like, I've graduated now and I still like sometimes go into new places when I'm back. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, just have a good look around campus. Honestly, if you spot any of your future lecturers, definitely give them a hi and all that.
And what is your top tip for making friends upon arrival?
I think it's really important not to get caught up in the whole idea that like movies sort of portray that you're going to go to university and everything's just going to be like laid out on a plate and you'll make a huge friend circle and that, everything's going to be fine and you're going to get like super amazing grades in the beginning. It's honestly not like that. So take every day as it comes. Know that the people who are supposed to be with you, they're going to be around anyway. Yeah, just take a good look around yourself and know that everything's going to be all right.
I like that. That's good. Okay, so done with the quickfire now. So tell me a bit about yourself. You said you've moved around a lot. I want to hear about that.
Yeah, so
Tell me a story.
Yeah, it's just been a thing with my dad. He's very I wouldn't say adventurous, but he's always someone who's looked for an opportunity. So he set up his business in the States. I was born in Nepal, in Kathmandu. So it was Dallas, and then it was Minnesota. Over there, we were in Minneapolis in a place called Mankato. And then it was a little bit in New York as well.
Wow.
So yeah, in between all these places, it was like 8 different schools, 8 different cities.
A lot of moving around.
Yeah, Cardiff's technically my 9th now, so...
Wow.
But yeah, no, it's been a ride, honestly. It's really opened up my perspectives about, what's out there.
Yeah.
So...
Have you enjoyed moving around a lot?
It's a mixed bag of emotions. Mostly I'd say yeah, but, there's days where I feel like, I wish I could just like stay in one place forever.
Yeah.
Because it gets tiring, mentally especially, because there's only so much you can like keep on like getting to know new people over and over again and telling your story. But it's been great overall.
What would you say is your favorite place that you've lived?
Probably Dallas. I have a lot of fun memories there. All the fun like theme parks I've gone to in Texas as well. So
That's
Texas.
Cool. When did you decide to go to uni? What made you decide to come to uni?
So my siblings are all graduated. 2 of them have done their PhDs. So it was it wasn't an expectation, but I kind of just wanted to stay on that same path. And with the passion that I had for like airplanes and airports and stuff like that, I wanted to do more than just like keep it to books and like searching random websites and stuff like that. So I became dead set on going to university when I was like probably 14 or 15. Just one of those things I wanted to do in life.
So what made you choose Cardiff Met?
Mostly because I wasn't really bothered with like going to a super like formal place. I wanted to be somewhere where I was like not just like a student number, but like everyone knew my name.
Yeah, like a nice community.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I found here. This university has been on my shortlist since 2018. I already started looking at course options since then. But yeah, just as time got closer, I was like, I just kept on feeling like a calling from Cardiff Met. So I was like,
you're like, that's where I need to be.
For sure.
Yeah, I get you. And have you got plans so far as to what you want to do when you graduate? Obviously, you're only in first year now. So
yeah, I'll probably continue with my postgraduate. Probably either continue in aviation or like organizational psychology. There's a lot of safety factors in aviation that have come up in recent times. So I want to kind of incorporate that into like a degree. But yeah, I'll definitely stay in education for a while. Possibly do my PhD in the future after that.
Wow. An academic weapon.
Yeah.
You go. That's so cool. Okay, so what would you say is your favorite thing about being a student?
I think all the student discounts that you're eligible for. Yeah, because I'm honestly like, I'll shamelessly admit I'm abusing all of them.
As you should be. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't get a chance again.
No, like get those discounts whilst you can.
Yeah, exactly. And it's on everything, like tickets, clothes, everything, you name it.
Food. That is one thing. Slowly, like my student discounts are all like slowly becoming invalid. And I'm like, oh, this is rough. What is your favorite place to study on campus?
Probably the silent rooms on the first floor. Library. I go into another world over there, honestly, and the cushions and everything are super like comfortable
comfy,
and nice.
Vibes.
Yeah. I mean, I've stayed there for like 5-6 hours at a stretch just doing my assignments.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And what would you say is your favorite place to go in Cardiff? Either like to chill out, relax, or like do work?
I'd probably say Rose Park, or there's also a nice cafe in the city center called Mrs. Potts Chocolate Bakery.
I've not been, but I always walk past it.
Yeah, no, it's so good. They do like homemade coffee and chocolates and stuff like that.
Yeah, really I want to try the hot chocolate there because I've recently become more into like chocolate, and so yeah. It's true. I have. I feel like my sweet tooth has developed. I'm a savoury girl through and through still, but my sweet tooth is growing bigger. Yeah. So I want to try that. Have you got any tips for like making friends? Like,
don't be overwhelmed by the idea if you go on your first day and you already see like people making groups of friends.
Yeah.
It's not necessary that the people who you become friends with in your first year are going to stick with you all throughout, because eventually a 7 group turns into like a 2 group, or at least I've seen that. So, just leave any notions behind about how friend groups and stuff work.
You just got to live in the moment.
Yeah,
definitely.
Honestly,
I feel like that's the way forward with uni.
Yeah, I think your aura is going to attract whoever's meant to stay, honestly. Yeah. So, please don't get overwhelmed by that, because I got trapped in that thought as well. But it was like unnecessary anxiety about like, when am I going to make friends, and when is my friend group going to come around?
I feel like it's such like an easy thing when you have all these like preconceptions about it. It's so easy to get caught up in it. Yeah. Whereas like when it's real life and you come to uni, it's like your people will find you and you will find your people. And so like, as you said earlier, like you want to carry on with your studies of like aviation. Yeah. Obviously I kind of know what aviation management is, but what actually like is it? Like what do you study? What do you do? What does it encompass?
So there's 2 different sides to it. If you do a bachelor's in science, that's where the flying part comes in mostly. There's also, you can do a B engineering and aviation as well if you want to do like aircraft mechanical work or stuff like that. What I'm doing is more focused on the business side. So stuff like air crash investigation, aviation law, everything to do with airports and airlines on the ground, basically, but stuff that definitely affects flights as well when they're up in the air. So it's a huge umbrella term for like a lot of different things. But yeah, basically just like airport operations, airline operations, fleet strategization. I know those are alien terms.
Yeah, but I can grasp it just about.
So stuff like that.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you enjoy your course.
Oh yeah, definitely. Most of the stuff that has come up I've already researched like 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm like, oh yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, like this is
new. I think it's really important to be passionate about your course as well.
Oh, 100%. I feel like it's so hard to do well if you're not passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, because you will get burnt out eventually.
Oh my God, for real.
But, if you do something that you love, it doesn't really feel like work.
So true. Yeah. That is so true. Oh, it's making me miss uni, honestly. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to wrap this up here. This has been Help I'm Going to Uni by Cardiff Met. I'm Holly, and I'll see you next time. Bye.